bottom. People call you the underdog. They think you're the underdog, but you're at the bottom. But we going straight to the top.
Straight to the top.
Today, we kings.
I'm a king, sometimes I feel like I'm petty. In the pits living my dream, I don't think that they ready. Yeah, Area 51 podcast right here. You already know what we do. We're gonna talk about a little bit of racing, and we're gonna talk about pacing back and forth. We're trying to figure out who gonna win and who gonna come at the bottom. Let's go. This is Cap Houston right here. Bobby, what you got for me?
Hey guys, it's Bobby. I'm here for once. Sorry about last week.
Welcome back to the show, Bobby.
Yeah, sorry for last week. It was kind of a last minute thing. Those storms came through fast, quick, and in a hurry. So I am here. So with that being said, good evening, race fans. Welcome to episode 21 of the Area 51 Racing Podcast. I am your host, Bobby. Joining with me tonight is Dave and Rob. How you guys doing?
Doing good, Bobby. I'm glad we finally all three of us got decent weather for tonight.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it's still raining, but we're all right.
Here in Ohio.
Yeah. So our special guest tonight is Trevor Higgins. How you doing, sir?
Oh, just another dandy day. It's actually raining here too, so I feel that.
Yeah. I think it just started raining probably about an hour and a half ago. So I was like, please no thunderstorms or anything, because I really want to be on the show.
I mean, I don't expect to get a tornado warning on my phone in the middle of the show tonight. I mean, it is sunny out here, so here in southeast Wisconsin, so should be okay.
Yeah, I think we're all set today. Before we start the interview and all that, I want to let everybody know that tonight we are drawing the rear bumper autographed by Jeremy Clements. We raised, and this is no joke, we have raised $1,535 for Jeremy Clements Racing, and we sold 31 spots.
Thank you, everybody, for all your help.
That's awesome.
Thank you, everybody. That's awesome. So I'm looking forward to being at Pocono with Rob. Hopefully we can get Dave down to a track soon. Hopefully get to meet Trevor in the next couple months.
Yeah.
So, all right, Trevor, can you tell us about your business and a little bit about you?
Yeah, absolutely. So I am a loan officer, so originate mortgages for Fairway Independent Mortgage Corporation out of Wisconsin. Originally from Ohio, between Akron and Cleveland, so roughly in the middle of nowhere. Yeah, about cornfields, Amish country, a little in between. Not too far from the Pennsylvania border. Currently live in Charlotte, North Carolina, right outside of the city. So been down here for about 10 years. Actually started with Fairway down here. Yeah, love it. I've got 3 beautiful daughters. Yeah, that's right. God blessed me with 3 girls. Probably payback for, I don't know, past mistakes. I don't know what you want to call it. But yeah, so got up and running, been in Fairway for 5 years now. And, I know a big part of what we're going into, American Warrior Initiative, and what we'll talk a little bit more about is a foundation started through Fairway Independent Mortgage. So a little background.
So what is this American Warrior Initiative? I know it's the fundraising or charitable arm of Fairway. Watch some videos before to learn about it, and very inspiring and very awesome thing that Fairway and the employees are doing. So tell us about that initiative.
Yeah, absolutely. So American Warrior Initiative was founded by a branch manager that works for Fairway and just wanted to do something more for veterans, right? Noticed that there was a gap. There still is a gap between what happens when they get out of service or get medically discharged from service, and then afterwards, what happens? And there's a big gap. And so in doing that, it started off as something small. It is Fairway's foundation, but it started off as something small, just trying to support veterans in smaller ways, like helping them out with moves or maybe a piece of furniture or things like that, through more financial support and in ways that we can support them, and turned into what is now our primary focus, which is providing service dogs for veterans in need of a service dog. And a lot of people don't realize, but the average cost of training a service dog is roughly about $30,000. So it's not a cheap task.
Wow.
Yeah, it's
That's
a lot of training and a lot goes into it. But it's huge. We've seen it make a huge difference. In fact, we just gave away our 363rd dog last week, I believe. Yes, huge,
that's
awesome.
amazing.
That
That's
is awesome.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank
Yeah,
you very
thanks,
much.
guys.
Congratulations.
Yeah, it's huge. So we do a little bit more than just dogs. I mean, again, it's all about supporting veterans. So there are different things we've done, giving away mortgage-free homes to some Purple Heart veterans and different things like that. The bigger things obviously take a lot more resource, so you don't see it as much, but main focus being dogs. But again, we'll do anything to support the veteran community. And being able to go to one of these events, man, I mean, the impact that I know we were talking about this a little earlier, is I would have never have guessed the impact that a animal having this service dog would have on the lives of veterans. And you hear that number, 22 a day lose their life to suicide, and unfortunately it's a reality. It really is a reality that when we say it, especially if you're not a veteran, I'm personally not a veteran, it means a lot to me. And I respect the heck out of these guys, but you don't really grasp what that really means until you're actually a veteran, and that affects you, affects someone that you served with. It affects one of your brothers or sisters. And so being able to see the impact that this dog can allow some of these guys to, they haven't left their house in years and they're able to leave their house. Their marriage is falling apart. Their lives are falling apart. They don't know where to turn. And this dog totally transforms their life. So being able to see these stories, of which we do have a lot of them, on our YouTube and things like that. I know we were talking about that earlier. It's so impactful. And then just be able to meet some of these veterans and hear from them personally. It's probably one of the most profound and impactful things I've personally ever experienced.
Yeah, that's super cool that you brought that up. I'm also right outside the Charlotte area, and I helped Woody and Wilcox with the Purple Heart homes. Helped with a ramp.
That's
They
awesome.
just happened to do one on my day off, and I was like, why not?
Yeah.
But that's so cool that from the southeast all the way to the north, we all have one bond, and that's to
Yeah.
help all these men and women that sacrifice everything for us.
Yeah, it's huge. I mean, the sacrifice, not just their personal sacrifice, but the sacrifices of all the families and everything, is just amazing. So really excited to have the opportunity as well, to be a part of the race coming up here on Memorial Day weekend. Obviously, a part of that's going to be huge for us. We're giving away a dog. There is a local veteran here in Charlotte that has think they're just coming to the race too, which is the best part about this. They think they're coming to the race. They have no idea what's about to happen. So excited to be able to deliver that as well.
Yeah, what a great what a great thing for the 600 and Memorial Day weekend.
Yeah, why not?
Living down here, and this is my first year not being able to go to the race, but to see all the men and women of our armed forces there and actually get sworn in at the race, watch them. Have you been to the 600 yet?
No, first time.
Okay, you are in for an experience. When they say salute the troops, it's 100% hospitality. It's
That's
probably
awesome.
one of the coolest things I've ever seen.
That's awesome. Especially in this day and age.
Yeah.
That's great.
So, Trevor, I'll let you make the announcement of what Tate was telling me when we were on the phone
What was he telling you when you were on the phone?
about Jeremy. Unless you already did.
Oh,
I just got back.
No,
I had a phone call.
how'd it go? I don't.
Oh, it was Adrian's mom. She was calling me to let me know they made some extra food. So
Oh yeah.
Adrian's gonna have to go over and pick it up. I was like, "Is everything okay?"
Oh boy.
Mom,
So-
you're embarrassing me during my meeting.
Yeah, that's why I muted myself and walked away for a second. I was like, "Oh boy."
That's funny.
Meatloaf.
So
Yeah.
what is your involvement with Jeremy Clements Racing?
Yeah.
Yeah. So one of the sponsors of the team just out of the kindness of their heart and their passion for veterans donated a spot on the car for the 600 here in Charlotte coming up on Memorial Day weekend. So you're going to have we got a little real estate on the car for American Warrior Initiative, which we're extremely excited about and honored to be a part of the race and the team.
That's awesome. I'm assuming that was Tate Lida from Driveaway Solutions.
Yep.
Yeah.
Alliance. Yep.
Okay. Alliance Driveaway Solutions. Sorry about that. Yeah. So that is awesome.
Yeah.
Have you been to any NASCAR races before?
Not NASCAR. So I've been to several IndyCar races and a
Yeah.
couple F1 races, but this will be my first, which is surprising because I've been in Charlotte for 10 years. You would think we have the speedway right here. You'd think I've been there before, but no. Outside of driving through for the Christmas light show, I have not been there.
So I'm assuming you have the VIP experience for the
Yeah.
Charlotte race.
Yeah, and
So-
NASCAR's been fantastic for with AWI. I mean, they've been really fantastic.
Yeah, you'll really have a good time. I guarantee you. Jeremy and his guys and gals are awesome people. Tate and LJ, his wife, they're great people.
Oh, they're amazing.
I guarantee you guys are going to have a good time, and that it's even going to be more amazing when that veteran is surprised with that service dog that's going to change their life and impact their life forever.
Right before the race too. I mean, what better way to start the race than than a good being able to give a dog away and just what a cool feel good moment. Excited for it. It's gonna be awesome.
That's super cool.
Absolutely, 100%. And with all the negativity and stuff in the world now, this is the stuff that is awesome. That needs more, the attention and that type of stuff. It's just amazing. And for me, being a citizen, an American citizen, and seeing something, your company doing this, I'm grateful. And I know these veterans and families are extremely grateful. So, and I know Bobby and Dave both probably feel the same way as me. It's just, the American pride and giving back to these brave warrior men and women that put everything on the line for all of us so we can maintain our freedoms that we have. And some of them gave the ultimate sacrifice, and they're not honored sometimes the way they should be. And unfortunately, whatever we can do, that's what we should do, in my opinion.
100% agree. 100% agree. I mean, there's not, a lot of these guys, 18 years old, right out of high school and make that decision to serve the country and being able to help them in any way, shape or form. Obviously it started off with being able to help them through the VA loan program and providing mortgages. And now it's so much more than that. So being able to be involved in that process, especially when a lot of times the biggest thing that they battle is just not knowing where to turn, right? Not knowing what resources they have available to them. So being able to be one of those resources and a voice, it's the ultimate honor to be able to part of.
Sorry, my foot fell asleep. I was sitting on it.
I hate it when that
Like,
happens.
dang.
I said
Yeah.
Bobby's having all kinds of problems today.
I'm
He's got
struggling today.
phone calls.
He's got to go get the food.
No, I'm not. I sent
He's got his
Adrian to
foot
go
falling
get it.
asleep.
Yeah, I'm used to not getting phone calls. I usually shut my phone off. So,
But yeah, I think all that you're doing is absolutely wonderful, and being a Charlottean myself, there's nothing better than the Memorial Day race here in Charlotte Motor Speedway. I think you're going to have an absolute blast, and it's the pageantry along with it, that just kind of adds the ambiance to the whole race and what you're doing for one lucky family.
Yeah, no, thank you guys.
Absolutely.
I'm excited for it for sure. I mean, yeah, what better way to have your first NASCAR race than supporting veterans, right?
Right.
Yeah,
Now-
absolutely.
Now, before, obviously this is a loaded question.
Oh, here we go.
You live in the Charlotte area, and you got to know a little bit about NASCAR. Who's your driver on Sundays?
Who's my driver on Sundays? So I started off into IndyCar.
Okay.
We've got a little smaller business, and we sponsored IndyCar, and so that was actually my first race experience. Was going into, our company had just sponsored this, and so we got to go down into, we're right there where they're starting the race, right on the racetrack, right there on Pit Alley or whatever you want to call it. So my biggest thing is just comparing the two. What are the two differences as far as between what IndyCar race and then because that was awesome. We got to go down, back with the pit crew and go down there and totally different type of car, totally different type of race, but I'm excited for it. As
Who
far
was the
as oh, go
I
ahead.
was just gonna say, who was the driver you guys sponsored, just out of curiosity, if you remember?
He doesn't race anymore. I gotta try to remember his name.
But yeah, that's also
I don't Christian
oh.
Brooks. Christian Brooks,
Oh,
that's what it was.
okay.
Christian Brooks. I was like, I gotta remember this name. Yeah, Christian Brooks Racing. So that was a really cool experience. So I'm excited just to compare. I haven't been a huge NASCAR fan, but I have a feeling that's probably about to change.
I think between the three of us, that is gonna be a pretty fair assumption.
I mean, I'm down in the South now, so
Yeah.
Now, what brought you down this way, if you don't mind me asking?
yeah, actually a totally separate business. So I was in the fitness industry prior, and the company I worked for moved me down here to Charlotte. And then shortly after, I actually went bankrupt. So that was pretty fun. So yeah, moved down here. I think we were down here for maybe 6 or 7 months, and my company's gone. So I had to figure out something, and that's how I fell into the mortgage business.
Gotcha.
It was roughly almost 10 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you've been here through the whole grow of Charlotte.
Yeah.
These guys don't quite understand what that means, but Charlotte is now, from almost Cherville, to heck, you can almost go down all the way 85 and it's still Charlotte.
Yeah. 100%.
I worked off 8th or what was it, 6th and Graham, right uptown from the stadium, and I'm here in Gastonia, so I'm only a stone throw away. But
Yeah.
the Charlotte area was just a racing place, 10, 15 years ago, and now it's turned into the banking mecca of the Southeast.
True story. Well, it's crazy. I never, when I first moved here, I had no idea that NASCAR was like as big as it is.
Oh yeah.
And it the first time there was a race, the whole city, they block off streets, like it's a whole experience. So that was the first time I was like, wait, whoa, this is pretty, this is not that big. I mean, from the country in Ohio, there's we have a little racetrack, but it's nothing like this, right?
Now we
There's
got
nothing
speed
close.
weeks, and it's going uptown's a blast.
Yeah.
We got dirt track racing down here. That's about
Yep.
as far as that goes. Maybe
Yeah,
there's some
yeah,
asphalt
exactly.
racing at Toledo, but not Charlotte. kind
You
of
got
racing.
what, Indianapolis, and then you've got Michigan. That's it.
Indy, Michigan, Eldora.
Yeah.
That's about it. Toledo
too much.
Speedway, if you want to nitpick.
Yeah. Never been there either.
It's dinky.
Probably not missing much.
No, Crash Fest.
Yeah, well, hey, sometimes that could be fun.
Yeah.
So when I was doing a little bit of the research, I watched some of your videos, and Fairway has like a boot camp. I think it's what they call it, where they have some of their employees go and learn about the American Warrior Initiative and how to get involved in that, and how to, I think it was like help do the mortgages for the veterans and that type of stuff. And I thought that was interesting. And on top of that, they also there was a video about how the training company or the agency or business that trains the dogs for the veterans had so many dogs that were puppies that needed somebody to take care of them until they were able to be trained, that a bunch of the Fairway employees actually volunteered to raise these puppies until they were able to be trained for these veterans. And
Yeah.
I was like, I thought that was so cool, that commitment in both of those ways by the company's employees just showed like everybody's all in on giving back to our veterans, and you guys do stuff for first responders too. I saw also, and I thought that was awesome. Like I said before, but if you could talk about that boot camp deal and stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's kind of just a training more or less, but we made it a little bit more fun, right? Bring a little bit more about AWI into it. So talking about that and talking about, what little things people can do in their own communities, not just to actively help other veterans, because other side of American Warrior Initiative is partnering with other veteran foundations, other veteran organizations as well. For example, in North Carolina here, we have the Veterans Home it's just north of Raleigh. And so that home is specifically supporting veterans once they get out of inpatient rehabilitation. They go here. It's a step down program. So it's a non-medical facility. And so just a simple organization like that, we partner with them on when veterans graduate their program. We help just get them, whatever their needs are, right? Cleaning supplies, right? All those things that you don't have a place, you just have some clothes. You don't really have furniture. So help them get set up into an apartment. Help them figure out, part of that program is they have to come up with rent, and they have to come up with their security deposit and all of that. But we help them with furniture and cookware and all those things that you have to have when you get on your own and you go into a place. So it's not always dogs, but being able to learn more about that type of stuff, setting up those type of relationships, learning more about veterans in your community, and specifically what you can do to help. Because there's also a lot of other national organizations like Veterans Bridge Home and that really do a great job in whatever they're doing, and whatever they're supporting veterans on. So learning that, but then also the main focus of that is boot camp is that military lending specialist training. So just learning all about VA loans and ins and outs, because they're probably the best loan that you can get. But they do have some nuances. They have some differences from your standard conventional loans or an FHA loan, things like that. So being able to learn all about that. And then, yeah, one of the biggest things as far as veterans, I mean, the needs list for veterans that need service animals is a lot longer than the ability or of what the company we still use to train the dogs and what they had the ability to train. And so that was a big reason a lot of employees stepped up. In fact, even our CEO's sister, Sherry Anderson, she runs a different employee funded nonprofit within Fairway called Fairway Cares. There's a really cool video on YouTube about the dog that she raised and yeah, just that you're raising this dog, you'd attach to this dog, but it's for a really good cause. But it's, again, probably an extremely hard sacrifice. I mean, imagine having a dog for, a year-ish, maybe a little bit longer, depending on how long it takes to get them trained. And then you got to
That's the thing
give them up to a veteran, right?
That's the thing that kept going through the back of my head is, man, if you give me a puppy and, a year later,
Yeah, you're like bonded with the dog.
Yeah,
There's no way.
that's my dog.
Yeah. So it's definitely, I personally have not done that. Most of the employees that do it are in Wisconsin, because that's where the training organization is. Yeah, there you go.
There you go, Rob.
The mascot of Area 51 Racing Podcast.
There you
Sonny,
go.
the long-haired dachshund.
There you
Right.
go. Just living life right now.
Yeah.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, I couldn't imagine doing that. The ability to be able to train that dog but no, I think that's the biggest piece. And I think Sherry talks about that in the video on YouTube. Just the big thing that helped her get through that is knowing of what this dog is actually going to do. And it's bigger than just having a dog,
So it's your company's based out of Madison, Wisconsin.
Yep.
How many locations do you have throughout the United States?
We're in the 400-ish range offices, around 5,500 employees nationwide. So depending on what metric you use, we're the third or fourth largest retail lender in the nation, roughly.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah. And the crazy thing is, it's all like grassroots efforts, right? I mean, we've, as a company and organization, never done TV advertising. That's why a lot of people have never heard of Fairway, is just because we don't do Super Bowl commercials. We don't advertise on the gas pumps. We haven't really done any advertising. So it's purely just over the last 26 years grown to the size that it is today, just by being true to what the company is. And it's all about, one of the big things out there that when I was getting recruited, so I've been there for about 5 years, a little over. And when I was getting recruited for Fairway, the manager that I was talking to said, hey, there's two different types of mortgage companies out there. And this can go to any company, right? There's two different types of companies out there. People that do good things and use it for self-gain, right? Marketing purposes and all that fun stuff. And there's another group of people out here that you really don't know the good things you do unless you're able to look at their tax returns and look at their schedules, right? And that was Fairway. So hearing that and then actually getting in to the company, learning more about it, getting more involved, and then seeing it, right? Not just through American Warrior Initiative, but also the other nonprofit and support of other nonprofits too. I mean, we're very active in a multitude of different nonprofits nationwide, supporting everything from, homelessness to substance abuse and addiction to, again, veterans, cancer. So a lot of different things, but being able to get involved into an organization and a company that they did good things because they wanted to do good things. They didn't do good things because it looks good on Instagram or social media. They didn't do it because they wanted a marketing opportunity. They did it because they wanted to. And so being able to see that now, especially through American Warrior Initiative, is just It's different. You don't see it. You just don't see it these days.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I bet, and I could be wrong, that the Fairway Mortgage Company is probably the only company that has this type of a nonprofit to help veterans or some type of a charitable organization that actually gives back to people that actually need it. I would guess. I could be
Yeah.
wrong, but
Yeah, I mean, I can't confirm nor deny that. I have
yeah.
no
I
idea,
mean,
but yeah, that's one of the biggest reasons why I'm here, is just that culture, right?
yeah, the videos that I watched on the YouTube for the company, the American Warrior Initiative, um, it clearly shows that in every video.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That
I mean, you can't.
Yeah,
It's hard to a couple of those videos. It's hard to get through them. I mean, when you start hearing some of these stories about guys that just were marriages are falling apart, they didn't know what to do or where to turn. They're drinking or abusing some type of substance, looking at potentially thinking, contemplating suicide. All the different levels of where these veterans find themselves. Just it's almost like bone chilling, right? I mean, it's something else to think about it, especially as someone that's never served. It's hard to get your head around, but then you start hearing these stories, and then just simple little things. Sometimes it's as simple as a hello, right? I mean, that's
right.
another big piece of it is not it doesn't necessarily, not everybody has the money to give, right? Not everybody has the time or the resources to provide, but just practicing kindness and understanding, hey, if you're a business owner or if if you have any interactions with customers, and if there's a veteran, treat them with respect, treat them with kindness. You have no idea what's going on, what they're battling that you can't
And
see.
they deserve it 100%.
100%. I mean,
Absolutely.
I'm sure we all have military friends. We've all heard those stories. I can't imagine. We've seen movies at least. I can't imagine having to go through that. In fact, one of our, I don't know, do you guys remember the movie Outlaw Platoon?
Mm,
It was actually a book before it was a movie.
no, I don't.
Okay, so I think Mark Wahlberg was in it, I think. It's a good
I'll have to
movie.
write it down though.
So one of our spokesperson people for AWI is Sean Parnell. So Sean Parnell was a Army Ranger that led a battalion or a platoon in Afghanistan and Iraq. And he later wrote the book Outlaw Platoon, all about his time there. And you want to read a book and understand what real PTSD is, read Outlaw Platoon. I mean, oh my gosh. I mean, just stories of they would get in firefights and cornered, and guys would get hit with a round in the head or shoulder, and they would just keep fighting because that's just all they know. That's just all they can do. And just the stories of all of the things that they experienced and trying to materialize going through those things is just, yeah, crazy.
Like I was saying before we came on air, I was a law enforcement officer for 21 years, and I got hurt in the line of duty, had to medically retire, and I have PTSD. And it was hard for me to admit it, and seek help because of my type A personality and a sense of weakness. And that was the best thing that I ever did, is to seek help. And I still do therapy with my counselor twice a week or twice a month. And I was in groups with other first responders, military veterans with PTSD, and it just like you said, the care and talking about it and stuff just makes a difference. And I honestly didn't. I'm like, no, I can't have PTSD. I wasn't in the military and in combat and stuff. And it's like, but the incident I went through, it affected me. the same way. And you know, I'm not going to go into details about it, but it just it is something real, and it's not a good thing. So anybody that has it, I would strongly suggest seek help and take advantage of all the services that are out there, because you know, like with a therapy dog or whatever, it makes a difference.
Makes a difference.
And you're saving a life, just like you said. You know, was it every 22 seconds a veteran you know, takes their life or whatever, and it's sad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
absolutely. I mean, and then one thing too, I'll give you guys a little bit of a challenge. How about that?
Yeah.
One thing we do at Fairway, and we're very, very, I guess, regimented with this, is every Friday we wear red. So you'll see Red Friday. Remember, everyone deployed.
Everyone
If you-
deployed,
if you guys don't know what Red Friday stands for, simple little thing, right? Just totally simple. And there's a ton of shirts, you know, red, that are specifically Red Friday. You can find on Amazon, things like that. Something super simple, it makes a difference when you see a veteran, or when you see an active duty, you know, maybe he's on leave, maybe who knows, whether they're in the airport, it's a Friday and they see you in red, it makes a difference. You know, it's something simple that you can say, hey, I'm going to take a second, I'm going to wear red on Friday, and I'm going to make sure, you know, I'm just doing something simple to recognize the fact that we have veterans, but we also have men actively serving and women actively serving our country right now, that can't make it home for the holiday, can't make it home for Memorial Day weekend. Maybe they want to be at the race, but they can't. You know, so just something simple we can do. So I challenge you guys to get your Red Friday, or just wear a red shirt on Friday. How about that?
It works for me.
absolutely works for me too.
I will definitely be going and buying one. So, Trevor, would you like me to share any of the YouTube videos with everybody? I don't know which one. I was kind of going through them while you sent me that link.
You could just send them, email them, that same email.
Yeah.
I'll send them out to the team.
Okay.
Absolutely.
I was gonna say, do you want me to do the Raising Heroes teaser right here live on the show?
What do you mean?
Like,
What would you
play
wanna
the
do?
vi- I can play the video right over the show.
Oh, cool.
It's
Yeah.
It's 4 minutes long. It's just the teaser, but is that the one, or is there a certain one you would like me to play?
That's a great question.
I was thinking about it earlier, and I was trying to figure out what the best one would be, but I seen that Raising Heroes teaser trailer.
Yeah, I watched that one earlier, and
Let's see. Which
I'll tell
one
you
is
what the
it?
other one is there. If I can find it now.
Yeah,
I was al-
Raising
I was-
Heroes is actually a good one.
I was gonna
Yeah.
also.
Yeah, that's the one.
It's a dream come true. Honestly, veteran receives service dog in Portland. I seen that one too.
And don't make me cry.
Yeah, I think that Raising Heroes, that's perfect. It kind of gives
Okay.
a little bit of
Yeah.
overview of kind of what we
Okay,
do.
give me 1 second. I will set it up. All right, everybody, we are going to play a 4-minute video for you guys, and then we'll come back and talk to Trevor.
Every week, our application list grows, and we can only do so much. We can only produce as many service dogs teams as we have raisers for. And we have dog breeders saying, hey, I've got 3 dogs, and we can't take them all because we don't have puppy raisers. That's hard, because those are 3 more people we could help.
I had a conversation with Nicole, and Nicole just said, kind of off the cuff, wouldn't it be neat if Fairway employees would be puppy raisers? Well, I just thought that was just the coolest thing ever. Just think about the narrative. Not only is Fairway providing the dog, but they're pouring love into the dog.
Our puppy raisers are really the foundation of our whole program. They take our baby puppies and raise them and train them in the community so that they are basically bomb-proof battle buddies for our veterans.
When we actually know that these dogs are saving lives, when you actually know that these men and women are facing very hard things that they might not share with anybody else, I think, why not? Why not, invest in the future of a veteran that invested so much for you?
Raising a puppy for somebody else that needs this dog, it sounds great, but it's really bittersweet. It's, as Leanne would say, the worst, best thing you could ever do. It hurts for a little bit, but once you see that dog doing its job and you see that life transform right in front of your eyes, that's our paycheck. We like to say that inside every service dog beats the heart of a puppy raiser because it is so true.
I can feel why a veteran would find it so soothing to have someone like Swartz. He's my service dog now, but he's going to be someone else's soon. And he's going to make a difference in their life just like he's made a difference in mine.
Tony, come on over.
Yeah, come on, Swartz.
So the idea is to have him sit, and then you and I should be able to shake hands and say hello.
Somebody is going to need Weezy more than I do, and they're going to love her, and she's their reason to get up in the morning.
It's worth it to see him make a difference for someone else. I mean, I'm excited about it, actually. Excited to give him to the vet. It's so conflicting. I'm super excited for the vet, and I'm going to be sad at the same time.
I just felt so at peace and trusted Sherry so completely. I mean, I'll never understand how she was able to do what she did because of what I have with Harley. I can't even, the amount of thanks and gratitude I have for what she did is, I could never communicate to her or to anyone really.
It's not only is it saving a life, which is admirable, but what I see, I look at Brian, I'm so proud of him. He is living a life of abundance, and he is giving back, and he is living full of joy.
If you have the capacity to pour your heart and soul into something, that you're gonna be able to know that one day you're gonna give to someone else to protect them, to possibly save their life. If you have that ability, that you should absolutely do it, because if it wasn't for people doing that, my life would never be what it is today.
What an amazing video.
Woo!
Yeah. That's strong. That's real
It's a good
strong.
one. It's a good one. Gives you just a little taste of what it's like. In fact, Brian, that got Harley, there's another video on there, a little bit more about his story. It's long story short, it's nothing but amazing. Every single one, it never gets old.
Thank you for letting me share that with everybody.
No, thank you for sharing.
And we'll be sharing more of those videos on our all of our social media.
So if somebody wanted to donate to the American Warrior Initiative, how would they go about doing that?
Yeah, you can do that right through our website.
Okay.
So it's just AmericanWarriorInitiative.com. You also find links to a little bit more about it. And of course, we do have Red Friday t-shirts on there, even a handkerchief for your dog. But nonetheless, that would be a great place. And, just to let everybody know, listeners know, there's not a single person, 100% of every donation goes directly to veterans. All of the staff and everybody that runs American War Initiative is purely paid for by Fairway Mortgage. So 100% of donations go back to veterans. There's not a single expense paid for by AWI.
That is amazing. That's
culture.
awesome.
Yeah.
And that's a true testament to your owner of the company and to the employees that work for the company.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Makes it matters, you know. We all got to do whatever we can, and that's you know, got in the position to be able to do that. So just honored to be able to have that ability.
So how many people are going to be at the track for this event from your company?
So we have
Approximately.
six coming from the AWI team. We've got 3 coming from Fairway. And then we've got don't remember the final head count, but I have 5 or 6 veterans coming along with us.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's super cool.
Super excited.
You guys are gonna have a blast.
Yeah, everyone's curiosity right now. The big question is how the dogs will react with all the sounds. Like, how's that? And we'll see how that goes. Luckily, the dog giveaways before the race actually starts, so we'll manage that. Hopefully, that training's worth it.
I was just saying, if anything, Jeremy Clements's hauler trailer and toter may have a bunch of dogs in it.
Yeah. I mean,
during the race.
might have to. We'll find something. They got to go somewhere.
Yeah. So, but yeah, that is awesome. And then, you guys get the logo on the car, so you're gonna get some TV time and more exposure there. And and oh, that was the other thing. The presentation of the dog, is that going to be something done on track before the race, or is that something? Oh, that's
right
awesome.
Before the race. Yeah.
So hopefully that gets airtime too, and I would assume it would. So
yeah, I mean, hey, we're there either way, but
yeah,
would love people to experience that for sure. It's definitely something. It's definitely something you won't forget.
Oh, absolutely not. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, and if it's not on air, let me know. And if you guys took a video of it, we'll post it on our all of our social
Okay.
media.
Yeah, we're
We'll
doing.
right
We've
away.
got our whole marketing team working with NASCAR and all that stuff coming out. So
Okay.
That's great.
Yeah. NASCAR seems to be a little particular about that, but they're, like I said, they've been awesome. As soon as they found out it was for veterans, they've been great. So not a bad thing to say about everybody at NASCAR.
That's great. Yeah, that from talking with other partners of Jeremy Clements Racing, that's one of the things with designs for the cars. NASCAR is particular about certain things, and sometimes they get rejected and they have to fix them or whatever. But that, yeah, with veteran stuff, I mean, they NASCAR, I think it's been built into the culture and the history of NASCAR that, you know, the patriotism and you know, supporting veterans and the military and first responders and everything. So yeah, they've been huge supporters, I think, from the beginning of the NASCAR and racing. So
yeah,
which is a good thing.
Know your demographic.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's the only sport where they say a prayer and the national anthem, sing the national anthem before the sporting event.
Yeah,
and that's been an ongoing thing through history of the sport. So
we need more of that.
Yes, I agree. Yes, we do. So
I had Amanda Elliott ask, what track is this going to be at? And I believe Charlotte, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Just
Charlotte.
wanted to make sure that I wasn't missing something. I didn't want to say the wrong thing to her.
Yep. Charlotte Motor Speedway. What is that? May 25th.
I can look quick.
Yep, May 25th. So it's that Saturday of the 600.
Okay.
That's awesome. So go ahead, Bobby.
Rob. No, go ahead.
I was just gonna ask, have you had trained any dogs or had any dogs that you fostered?
No, I don't. I'm not a great foster because the dog I tried to foster, and this was a while ago before AWI, not necessarily connected. The dog
Right.
I fostered never left, so I don't know if that's going to work out really well. No, I have not a lot. So the Custom Canines, which is the training organization that does most of the training for the canines that we give away, they are based out of Wisconsin. So a lot of the puppy raisers are in the Wisconsin area. Not to say that if somebody wanted to be a puppy raiser, not that we could put it together anywhere, I would guess. But at least the majority of the ones that I've raised have all been in that Wisconsin area.
So they all like cheese
Yeah.
and beer.
Yep. Absolutely. Yeah, it's funny. I never thought I would find a place that had more cornfields than Ohio, and then I went to Wisconsin, and it's just everywhere.
It's pretty much the Midwest. Iowa, Nebraska, Minnesota, Wisconsin, Ohio, Illinois.
Yeah, Indiana. Throw them all
Indiana.
in there. They're all about the same.
Yeah.
And then down here you can't get a good piece of sweet corn to save your life.
No, they keep it all up there.
That too.
Yeah, if it's not made, if it's up here now, I mean, they're making ethanol out of the corn. They have like Minnesota, Iowa have tons of ethanol plants now. If you're going on, was it I-80? I think it is, to go to Newton, Iowa, where the NASCAR race and Xfinity race is going to be this year. There's actually a ethanol plant off the freeway that you pass.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. It's become a big thing now. So,
So Amanda said, I will be there camping in a dog-friendly RV if the space is needed.
Oh, there you go.
Thanks, Amanda. Appreciate it.
Yes, thank you, Amanda. And Amanda is a good person. She's very big. Her and her family are big Jeremy Clements racing fans, and they're friends of the show. So when she says that, she honestly means that. So, but yeah, we're looking forwad to seeing you guys at the track at that presentation to that veteran. So excited for that veteran to get that dog and change their life and make things better for them. That is going to be an amazing surprise for sure.
Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to it. I can't wait.
Yeah.
So Trevor, do you have anything else for us? I don't want to hold you up because I know you're a busy guy.
No. Thank you guys so much for having me on, and all the support for AWI and everything that we've got going on. Just really looking forward to experiencing that first race, man. I'm looking forward to it. So I'll definitely report back and let you know what I think of the NASCAR world.
I think
absolutely.
that bug bites hard.
I was going to say, I love going fast, so I don't think that's going to be the problem.
No, I have a feeling once you experience the VIP thing, you're going to be like, oh, this is awesome.
Probably won't be able to go to a race in any other fashion.
Well, we've had other sponsors or partners of Jeremy Clements that were like not real big into racing, and we're taken to the track by another partner, and they're like, oh, how do I get on this car and what do I got to do? Because this is amazing.
Yeah.
And I don't think I can go to another race without being have this experience. So, it's going to be a great time either way. I know that because of everything that you and your fellow employees and company are doing with this American Warrior Initiative. Just an awesome thing. And we will share that information, like Bobby said, about your social media, how to donate, that type of stuff. So we're definitely looking forward to. You're welcome. We're definitely looking forward to that experience, watching the video and everything, and Hope you guys all have a great time at the race, and hopefully Jeremy Clements, you guys bring him a little luck, because he hasn't had too great of luck this year. He's the
We're bringing the lucky dog. We're bringing the
There
lucky
you go.
dog.
There you
There
go.
you go.
Literally the lucky dog.
Literally. The lucky dog.
So
Maybe
all
that's
right,
the
and-
dog,
and-
maybe that's what the dog's name should be, is Lucky.
Yeah,
Lucky,
that's
yeah.
right.
yeah, and then we got to make sure we start wearing red on Fridays.
There we go.
So
Awesome.
absolutely. So
We appreciate you being on, Trevor.
Yeah.
And
Trevor, thank you very much.
Perfect. No,
Yeah.
thank you guys so much. It's great meeting all of you guys, and yeah, I just can't wait. I think it's gonna be a great day for sure. We're
yeah,
really
we
looking
look
forward to it.
forward to hearing from you.
Perfect.
yes,
And then
absolutely.
I'll
Welcome,
hopefully
and
see
you're
you in a
welcome
couple
back
months.
anytime.
Oh, thank you.
Yep, no problem.
Have a good night.
Perfect.
Yep.
Thanks, guys. Have a good
Thanks.
one.
Yep, you
Thank
too. Take care.
All right, guys, that was Trevor Higgins with AWI. What do you guys think of that? Think of those videos?
Very emotional. Like earlier today when you sent the videos out, the couple that that one, and then there was another one just to give us an idea what the company was about, and watching it, and it was emotional. I mean, it's, if you think about it, these brave men and women warriors that are putting everything out on the line and their families, and they come back, and it's hard for them to assimilate back into society and the day-to-day things and the stuff that they've seen and heard, and or their injuries or whatever. It's great that they're able to do that. So I'm glad we learned what AWI was, because obviously we didn't know. And he reached out to us and forwarded that, and yeah, it's a great organization.
Yeah,
And to be honest with you, I didn't even know it's based in Wisconsin. On top of that, which surprised me. I had no clue about it.
Yeah, and I gotta give a shout out to Tate for hooking me
Yeah.
up with Trevor, because that's awesome story. Awesome that they're gonna be on Jeremy's car.
Well,
And,
plus give it up for Alliance for
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
helping them put that on the car for, I'm probably, what's the word I'm looking for, Bobby? But,
I don't know.
just for the exposure, it's,
Right.
it's just nice and of Tate to do that for him, and
Yeah.
Alliance.
Tate and LJ and Alliance Driveway Solutions, their company, they're great people, great company, and it doesn't surprise me that they would do this. It's our mascot cat.
Yep, this is Mara Cat. She was just yelling at me.
So, I while we're talking about Alliance, I want to give a shout out to Tate, because the other day he said, "Hey, you should get my one of my drivers on the show." So I reached out to Ashton Higgins, who has Alliance as a sponsor. And I usually wait till the end of the show to say who our sponsor or who our guest is going to be, but we have Ashton Higgins coming on the show next week to talk
Nice.
about his races. So I'm looking very forward to that episode. And we are now on segment 2, brought to you by Spartan Waste. It is time for the 31 entries
I'm so excited for this.
to go in to the Jeremy Clements Cup, and I will put the lid on it.
And while Bobby's doing that, thank you to everybody that donated money for this opportunity. We greatly appreciate it, and Jeremy Clements Racing also greatly appreciates it. thank you, Dave and Bobby, for doing the hard work to get this all set up and taken care of, and making this actually happen. So, this is cool.
And another big shout out to TRW
The Racing Warehouse.
Warehouse. You know, they're helping us out with a lot of this.
Yes.
Actually, this week it was announced that they are partnering with their other company, Armadillo, and doing sponsors are doing hats for Jeremy Clements Racing. And what is it? Probably either 6 or 8 new hats just landed out. And
I think
there
12.
is there 12.
They
of them?
just keep
They added
they
3
just keep
more.
adding them.
You know, Bobby sent me one today. I was heart set. I was going to get one tomorrow. I knew which one I wanted. And then another one came out this morning, and I think tomorrow I'll probably be at least $70 lighter for getting at least 2 hats. But come on, Bobby, dip your hand in that cup, man. Come on.
So our winner of the Jeremy Clements autograph rear bumper for Martinsville is Amanda Elliott.
Congratulations, Amanda.
Yeah, congratulations, Amanda. Now you're gonna have to put that in the back of your camper and drive it around to the tracks with you when you go to the races.
That is so awesome.
That is. Congratulations. That's awesome.
Yep, what a fan of the show, what a fan of Jeremy Clements. Man, that's something special. Amanda,
Yeah.
congratulations.
Yes, congratulations. Very, very happy. Thank you again, everybody that entered the donation square for this opportunity to win this bumper. And like I said earlier, we all greatly appreciate it. And obviously, I know Jeremy Clements and his team appreciate it as well. Yeah, all that money raised from this went right to Jeremy's team. So, wow, that is awesome. So now we've done 2 giveaways, and 2 huge Jeremy Clements Racing fans, longtime fans have been the lucky winners. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's super cool. Amanda, I think you're really gonna like this. You know, as an owner of a bumper or 2, they're definitely awesome. And I'm so glad. It's that Martinsville one is super sweet.
Yeah. And Dave, I think Stacy won't have to worry about moving around the TV and stuff in her living room for now, since she didn't unfortunately win it. Put it up in the living room.
Unfortunately, she didn't win it, so you know now we got to think more along the lines of like a mahi and put it above there. You know, but her son is now turning into a big Jeremy Clements fan with me, at no fault of my own, which is pretty sweet. So now at least I know there's an opportunity to start getting some of this stuff out of my basement and possibly over to her house to give me more room to get more stuff. Thanks, Stacy. I really appreciate that.
So it's going to be the 3rd Racing Warehouse location, substation. The second substation, but 3rd location.
Yep, it'll be at the Mountain District.
So I wanna bring up our t-shirts. We are still going to try and raise more money for Jeremy Clements Racing. Like I said in the beginning of the show, we have raised $1,535, and I can't thank you all enough. Our t-shirts are on stickygears.com for $15, I believe, right, Rob?
Yes, $15. Yep.
And then we also have the tumblers by Anna. They are absolutely amazing. I will not drink out of this one because it's autographed. I'm afraid to even wash it. So I haven't drank out of it at all because it's actually personalized to me, thanks to Dave. So it's been just sitting here on my desk. but I really appreciate everybody
Yep.
that has donated, that has reached out to us and said, "Hey, we really appreciate everything that you guys do. We couldn't have done any of this without you guys, and I greatly, greatly appreciate it. I am looking forward to Pocono so much now. To know
I'm as
that
well.
Rob
I just
and
wish Dave could be there with us.
right.
And
But
I really wish I could too. I really
We totally
would.
understand. You know, family comes first, and
Right.
you know, and you know, maybe next year we road trip down by you and do a race down by you. Then
You guys would never have anything better to do than come to Charlotte on Memorial Weekend. I guarantee you will
we probably
have
get in trouble.
an absolute blast.
Well, I know that I would I'd be in heaven in his basement. I'll tell you that. That's more sheet metal than I think I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah. I mean, the only time I saw
until we go to the racing warehouse, of course.
the only time I've seen more sheet metal than that is when I was actually at the 5-Star Factory picking up a reskin kit multiple times for the late model for the team that I was a member of. So, I mean, yeah. Or, I mean, I obviously haven't been to the racing warehouse in person, but yeah, Dave, you by far have one of the biggest sheet metal collections that I personally have seen. I have some friends that Nathan Marlowe is one of them. He's a big Matt DiBenedetto fan. He has probably close to what you have. Also, but other than that, I don't know anybody else.
And what a big week for Matty D. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, that was some big announcement, you know, going into segment 3 with the race recap. You know, got some McDowell news, got some Matty D news.
I
You know, all that.
I got some news for you.
Oh,
This just came across my phone. It says
Breaking
Hunter
news.
might need a hat since he didn't win that bumper.
Hunter, Mom will be bringing home a hat for you on Sunday. I promise you that, buddy.
Yeah, it just came across. I had to interrupt that for that. That was good.
Oh,
And she said facts, by the way.
Facts.
Yeah.
oh, and she just texted again. She said, and a piece of sheet metal. Since you promised that you would put one up on the wall above the TV.
Yep. Yep. He's Jeremy Clements, and he also likes the purple number 48. That's what got him into it. You know, it's the same thing. It's the same thing that got me into you know, racing, was especially with my Kyle Busch, was, you know, I love the paint schemes. I love you know, the colors, you know, changing sponsors, and William Byron kind of does that too. And you know, I'm just like, all right, yeah. And I mailed him a purple 48 car, and his favorite car now.
The Alex Bowman 48
Or
car?
Alex Bowman, yeah.
Yeah, the Ally. Yeah, they have some pretty cool liveries that with the colors that they use.
Yep. Now is he Kyle Busch? No, but yeah, I'll take that with a grain of salt.
Yeah, well, eventually he probably will be.
I think he would have probably another 190 races to win, possibly.
Yeah.
But yeah, as far as a race recap goes, who's this brought to you by, Bobby?
This is brought to you by Action RV. Xfinity Series Darlington throwback scheme with the number 59 Alliance Truck and Trailer Robert Presley throwback. And that was from 1992-93. And Tate actually had the car made. And it was at the track, and that car was absolutely awesome. Matter of fact, while I have a second, I am going to show you guys the video of you guys had Boo on last week,
Yep.
and
I was just gonna say, Boo and his dad, they made a video, and
yep, I'm
it-
just now.
it was awesome.
I'm gonna click on it, so we're gonna watch it real quick so you guys can see it.
The Boo Carlisle kicking asphalt vlog with his dad,
Yeah.
Fred.
I told him I would share it. So
It's
I just
probably the
gotta
most
find-
exciting thing that happened last Saturday as far as that car's paint scheme goes.
Yeah, I would agree.
I keep talking about this horseshoe getting turned upside down. I'm ready to give it back to the horse. You know, and trade in for a penny or a clover. You know, if I could find a leprechaun, I would throw it in Jeremy's car in a heartbeat. Man, what just horrible bad luck.
Yeah, it's
You know, all this build up for, you know, the throwback, and you know, we had been talking about it for weeks and weeks, and to have something as simple as a brake line go bad. And
well, it ended up on lap 2, he comes on the radio and goes, "This car's not right. I can't keep it straight. It won't drive. Something's like the track bar is loose in the rear of the car, or there's a rear wheel loose." So they tell him to stay out till the competition caution on lap 20. So he just basically fell to the back and hung on to it. They came in, there was no, the track bar was fine and stuff. And Mark later came on the radio and said one of the rear wheels was loose. Apparently they painted them to match the scheme, throwback scheme. So he said they were torqued at the track, but apparently it didn't torque it enough, and it worked loose or something. Well, then he had, before he came in, because he couldn't handle the car great, he hit the wall a little bit. So then he goes back out, and after that he goes, you know, the brakes, I'm pushing the brakes to the floor, pumping them, everything, they're not working. And he had hit the wall again around lap 29, and because he said he had no brakes. So then they came in and pitted, and they found that the brake line, like you said, it ended up getting pinched between the upper control arm and the spindle that Mark said on the scanner. So they had to go behind the wall to fix it and change it. And the team, they didn't give up. They very easily could have mailed it in and said, we're done, like a bunch of other teams did, and they fixed it. They got back out on track in stage 2 on lap 83. They were 53 laps down, and the rest of the race he was running top 10 lap times. So he had a really good fast car, and that seems like
that's
the bad luck.
The story of the year. We have top 10, top 15. We have winning cars. And,
absolutely.
It's just shit luck.
Jeremy, I think his quote was, "When it rains, it pours," I guess. That's what he said at the end of the race. And, you know, you can tell he was dejected, and Mark was too. But at the same time, Mark said, "Hey, what do you want to do here?" And Jeremy said, "We want to keep going and try to get as many points as possible, because points mean something." So that goes right back to, you know, the pit crew still busted their asses. Mark and those guys, they worked on the car to try to make it better, because you know, Jeremy said it was tight in the center, I think, at one point towards the end of the race, and they fixed that, worked on that. So they obviously are making notes for the next time they go there, and making the best out of the situation and not quitting. Yeah, it sucked, because, you know, like I said last week, this Darlington Throwback Week is my favorite race week of all, because of the throwbacks, because it shows the history of the sport, and recognizing you know, all these other great drivers of the past, and you know, that's, I don't know, it just, and then to know the background story with Tate and his connection with Robert Presley and naming his company after Alliance Truck and Trailer, and becoming his company Alliance Drive-Away Solutions, and it just all the parallels and stuff. When that happened, I felt gutted for them.
Yeah.
But at the same time, still proud of the team for not giving up and mailing it in.
Yeah, you could see him, like in the video we're about ready to watch, the pit crew running straight to the car. There was no give up. They knew he was going behind the wall, and everybody from the pit box beelined right to Jeremy's car, wheels off, get it fixed. Jeremy never put down the window net, and they just went to work. It was was it dejected watching the rest of the race, watching him as fast and good as he was, to know that we were coming in absolute dead last. It stings a little bit.
Well, actually, so by him going back out on the track, he actually gained a spot over Ryan Ellis. Ryan Ellis had, I think there was a handful of cars that had the steering box fail. I think that's the part. It was like 2 or 3 cars had, I think it was the steering boxes fail. And he ended up going out of the race. So he actually finished ahead of Ryan Ellis. But there was a, when I said that comment about Jeremy, Mark was saying, hey, in order for us to gain now, we need like multiple caution wrecks to happen now at this point, and then be out of the race for us to jump. Otherwise, we're just going to be where we're at. And, unfortunately, that's the way it happened. But, the car.
It's sure better than a DNF.
Absolutely. 100% absolutely. So, I mean, he got some points. That's all that matters. I mean, as far as the actual race, it was a good race. Like all the Xfinity races are. Justin Allgaier in the Junior Motorsports, the number 7 car, dominated. He swept both stages, and he ended up leading 119 of the 147 laps.
Yeah, that's domination at its finest.
Oh, absolutely. His car was on rails. I mean, it was unbelievable.
And even I know we don't like talking about Sundays that much. To see old Brad Kay, old Michigander, get up there and put the number 6 back in victory lane. That was so
definitely
cool.
excited about that.
But by the way, between the 3 of us, we always pick who we think's going to win the race. who picked them?
The old man.
The old man did.
The old man got him this week. I picked him.
I had a gut
feeling.
feeling.
I picked him last week.
Yeah. I picked him the week
I had a gut feeling. He had the really good long run speed in practice. He qualified really well. I'm like, he's hungry. Busher just, had that the closest finish ever in Kansas. I'm like, they're gonna be hungry and they're gonna do well. And
now, don't even go there. If Tyler Reddick didn't run out of talent going into that corner, that would have been a totally different story.
Oh, it would have been, but I don't. Yeah, I agree. And that was another thing.
He overdrove that car so far beyond its limits going into that corner that the car said, "No, I'm not turning no more." And he even said, "I left it off the gas," and the flame shot out of it, and he just went.
Yep,
right.
He sent
right
it is what he did, and unfortunately, Butcher was the buffer between the wall and Reddick's car.
Right.
But I give Chris Buescher and Reddick huge props, because when Buscher's a big dude, and when I saw him get out of the car and beeline over towards Reddick, I'm like, oh, this is not going to be good.
Yeah, he's big.
He pushed him.
Yeah,
and then they talked, and I give Reddick admitted he messed, he made a mistake. And I also like how Buescher handled it. He said, "You have a win sticker on your car, so this doesn't affect you. This affects me. I had an opportunity to win, and you took it away from me because of I thought, yeah.
All right. So let me get to this weekend video because this thing's 16 minutes long. We're not gonna play the whole thing. I'll kind of bounce around through it.
Okay.
I
mean, we were pretty much done anyways. I mean, I think for the most part, right, Dave?
I'm out of words.
Yeah.
All right. Well, here's the video from.
I know it's hard for me to say I'm out of words because I like to talk a lot.
Just kidding. All right.
And what a
here's
sweet piece.
Here is the car that Tate had made up. This thing is like absolutely perfect. I wish Tate was on right now because I would actually have him explain this a little bit better than everybody.
Yeah, I know Ashton Higgins actually drove that car.
No, no,
it wasn't.
I don't think. Maybe it was.
Yes,
yeah,
it was.
We asked Boo last week if he was going to drive, and he said no. Ashton was.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
halfway through the video, you can see him.
Yeah, he's in the car. He had in-car video. Yeah, it's it's beautiful. And like David said before when we talked about it, he kept it OG, old school V6 instead of putting the V8 in it. He kept the V6 engine.
Model driver.
Sorry about that. All right, so here we go.
Ashton Higgins gonna be driving it. They about to roll out now.
You gotta remember this thing's only got 3 on each side. Oh yeah.
Dude, this thing is raw. It's raw.
That thing sounds amazing.
Well, like some could race in the Star Tour.
So with that, with the way that car sounds, I'm not even gonna lie. If I ever get the chance to go down and see Tate, I am going to ask if I can take that around because that thing sounds awesome.
Right.
Oh yeah, I was trying to look to see if it had a boom tube on it, but that was before the boom tube times, I believe.
Yeah, that's
the
straight
single exhaust. Yeah. Yeah, that car, it sounded awesome. I was like, when race cars were race cars. And quick shout out to Brandon Henry. We were talking, somebody said something about the exhaust of the race cars, and I said something about we need to bring back the boom tubes, and he loved that. So Brandon, I agree with you. I just wanted to give you a shout out, and also I hope you're recovering well from your incident. I think it was 2 weeks ago at Kansas where you got hit on pit road. Brandon's one of Jeremy's tire changers on his pit crew. So former guest of our show too. Yeah, I thought that was funny. Somebody said something about the sound of the cars, and he commented something, and then I'm like, well, I got to say the boom tubes got to come back. So.
Man, this is a big day finally here at Darlington Speedway. What it looked like with your 59 Robert Presley car rolling around.
I still got goosebumps going up my arm. It's like going back in time. It's like being back here in '92. I tell you, this is going to be a good deal. We're ready to go win this thing.
Hey, Jeremy got a good car today. You give him a pep
Got a great
talk.
car. It's going to be poking the pig, though, because we don't know what we got. No practice, no qualifying. It's going to be fun. Let's get ready to get real.
Tell them about it, Tate. On the Alliance Driveway side, are you still looking for drivers?
All the time. We're recruiting every day. We're a great place to work. We're the highest paid driveway company out there. Come give us a try.
Tell us the website they can find out more information at.
www.alliancedriveway.com. Go to your driver portal, click there, and fill out the information. We'll give you a call. We'll get in touch. I got goosebumps on my arms.
I watched it. It looked good. It sounded, he revved it up when he passed by. It was cool.
Look at Boo. He can't help but film.
He got that video camera.
Jeremy, what do you think chances are today to put Tate in victory lane?
We're going to give it all we got. I love this track. Got some people that never even raced here start in front of me, so a little concerned about that, how they're going to, get through the first few laps, but we can get by them and get smooth sailing, we'll be fine.
You're on YouTube. Say hello to YouTube. Hey, YouTube world.
Tate, what's that going to feel like riding in the pace car? You going to give him a tip?
I'm going to give him a high five when we go by. Pull in. That's what I'm going to do. Hey, Robert Presley said we're going to put 2 gum sticks on the dash. That's what he did both times he won. Guess what? We got 2 sticks of gum on the dash. Here we come, victory lane. This is Ryan Delaney. He's the reason why we're involved in this mess. We're actually on a plane ride back home from Phoenix. And Ryan and I usually drink a beer or two going home from that far, and I didn't drink a drop. We talked the whole time, and got home. He said, you should probably think about getting on board. And I said, I don't know about that. Got to talking to Jeremy. Next thing you know, we're in 4 feet deep. Can't get out. We're good.
We're glad to have you. We're glad
All because of this guy. So for Amway, he's the top of the pyramid. Everybody else is falling below. I gotta give a shout out to Drippin' Sunglasses. If you guys can't tell, they all got those Drippin' Sunglasses on.
I was gonna say Driven Sunglasses, and then those crew shirts were all Driven crew shirts, I believe, too.
Yeah, they're right here.
Yep.
They did a great job on those.
Yeah, it's the Jeremy's fire suit, the car. I mean, everything just was awesome.
Right.
One big happy family.
That's right. That's what it is. One big happy family.
That car looked awesome. I walked back there, watched it go around.
Look at this one. Hey.
Well, national anthem's over with and prayer, and they told us get off pit road. So we obliged. Me and Fred gonna walk.
I want to go back to that. So, those pit signs, or these pit banners here.
Yeah.
Madman Designs did those, and they came out absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, Madman, while we're talking about that, I believe you can still go on Jeremy's website and order the t-shirts Madman designed of the throwback car.
Yeah.
And then
those will be, if you did pre-order them, I believe they will be going out this week, if I'm not
yeah,
mistaken.
I know when Chad was on a couple of weeks ago and talked about the t-shirts, he said once they're gone, they're gone. So if you want to order one, make sure you get your order in now.
Yeah. So yeah,
So.
these pit road banners are really neat.
So how cool is that seeing side by side Cal Petty cars?
Yeah, that was
Right, exactly. Unfortunately, Jeremy, we didn't get Jeremy over the top to win the favorite for throwback for the Xfinity series.
Right.
However, Brennan Poole's number 44 car was the one that won, and it was the Kyle Petty Hot Wheels throwback. So props to them. Ryan Ellis, the 43 car, had the City Chevrolet, another awesome throwback scheme. I mean, there was a handful of them that were really good. Team Alpha Prime, actually, that both those guys are teammates. They did really well with their throwbacks this year. The video where they're running to fix the brake.
As you can see, the Goodyear blimp right there. That's gonna wrap this up.
Yeah, unfortunately, that last part was right about the time I decided to go mow the grass.
I have to admit, I did the same.
I did not. I actually finished watching.
Oh no, I take it back. That was on Sunday. No, I did watch Saturday. Sunday during the cup race, I did yard work, and then I went and visited my mom later in the day at the nursing home. Brought our mascot Sunny to go visit her dog. So, we were talking before too about Matty D's big announcement with Viking Motorsports going full time the rest of the year. That was a really big announcement. And then the other one that you said, Dave, I'm drawing a blank now.
McDowell.
Oh, McDowell, yeah. That one caught me off guard. I thought he was
I can't see him driving anything but the Love's car. I mean, that just.
So somebody asked if Love's was staying with Front Row or going to go with him. And I've seen where somebody said it's staying there, and I've seen somebody say it's going with him. So I don't know, but I agree. He's basically become the face of Front Row Motorsports. I mean, he's advanced them. He got them their first win. He's helped David Gilliland, mature and become better. And, Zane Smith with the truck, I think just being in the building with that truck team, helping them out, I am being a mentor. I think, I don't know. I honestly thought he would remain with Ford for, and that team for, the rest of his career. But, he said, I don't see this as a lateral transfer. I see this as a step up, going to Spire and Chevy. Bobby and I talked about it the day that it happened. And at first I was like, I really don't necessarily see it as a step up. I think Spire and them are about the same, but where they're finishing on track. But then I'm like, well, Spire also has, Kyle Busch in their system, and the Chevy Alliance and the stuff with Trackhouse. And so I'm like, yeah, I guess in a sense, yeah, it is a step up. And
Everything's better in a Camaro. Just ask.
Rob,
Yeah.
Rob and I posted this in our group chat. The day it happened, I didn't even know that it happened. Like, it wasn't even announced. My exact words were,
oh yeah,
Michael
you did do
McDowell
this.
will go from Front Row Motorsports to Spire. And I was just messing around. I had no freaking idea.
Yep.
Now I'm taking it, and I'm taking it one step farther. McDowell will not have Front Runner Loves. They are going to keep Loves at Front Row, and Zane Smith's going to take over that car.
Yeah, I mean, I assume Zane Smith is going to go there. I mean, that would be a no-brainer. He won them a championship in the Truck Series. He raced for him, and he's on loan, you know, to Spire. Right, it's Spire or is it Trackhouse? I can't remember. He was on loan to somebody. So, yeah, it's just, I don't know. It'll be interesting the silly season how it goes, because it's already started, and usually it doesn't start this early, and all of a sudden, what are we, like, what is it, 10, 12 races into the season, and you're already having drivers change to other teams or whatever. I mean, it's not this weekend's the All-Star race, so
yep.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Guys, don't forget next week we'll be Tuesday, May 21st, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central. We will have Ashton Higgins on the show. We will talk to him about driving that old classic car. We will talk about a bunch of stuff. You guys won't want to miss the show. I may have to give Tate a little jingle and see if I can get Tate in there too, because it's going to be an action-packed episode. Please also like like and subscribe to our YouTube channel, all of our social media platforms, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, at Area 51 Racing Podcast. T-shirts, once again, stickygears.com, $15 a shirt. A portion of the money goes directly to Jeremy Clements Racing to keep Jeremy on the track. Anamora Designs for those awesome cups like Dave and Rob are holding up. And she also does garden flags, and we are going to be coming up with a few new things coming up soon. So stay tuned. You guys won't want to miss those. Check out the Racing Warehouse website. They have awesome new hats. I want to say about 13 of them. They are absolutely a fire.
They're so cool.
Amanda Elliott told me that she is going to take an hour drive down to the Racing Warehouse to pick up her bumper. And I said, make sure you take a picture with it, because that is going to be freaking awesome.
Yeah, we'll post it on our site.
Yeah, I really am.
Yep, I'd like to know when she's going to do it. I'd like to meet her and just say thank you for everything.
Yeah, absolutely.
'Cause I'm only 15 minutes away.
She said she's an hour, so I'll get with her, get with Eric, and then get with you, Dave. Also, make sure you guys check out Mattman Designs for the JCR throwback T-shirts on sale on Jeremy Clements Racing website. They are limited edition shirts. Once they are sold out, they are gone.
One other thing too, somebody else today, there's that other throwback shirt that had the circle on it.
Yes, that was posted on Twitter, and they are not released yet. They will be available soon. When they do, we will be sharing it.
Okay, and I think I can't remember who asked. It was one of the people that are big Jeremy Clements fans and followers. I think it was Matt Treworth, I believe, mentioned it. But I think that's another shirt that Chad designed. And so I had mentioned to watch on Jeremy Clements Racing's website also, because he had mentioned he hadn't seen anything on sticky gears. So, so either way, we'll definitely share it once it comes out. We'll let everybody know. The other thing, before I forget, if anybody has ordered the Circle B diecast through Circle B Diecast, the Kevin Whitaker, Dale Earnhardt throwback 124 ARC diecast, the regular diecast or the autograph version, this last week, and I got an email from saying my pre-order was not produced. So long story short, Bobby, Dave, and I were talking about it. Bobby ended up getting the email saying his was not produced. He got a hold of Ryan Whitaker, who from Kevin Whitaker Chevrolet, and he had no idea about it, and so he was going to contact them. Long story short, I got an email from them, and it was a mistake on their part. What they did is the color chrome version of the car was not produced, and it was a mistake. They DMP'd everybody's order. So they were going back through and correcting it. So if you did pre-order it and you have an account with Circle B Diecast, make sure you go on your account and just check to make sure it's still on there as pre-order. If not, just shoot them an email and they'll change it for you. Plus, if you haven't got one, they are still available on the Circle B Diecast website. Lionel Racing, those diecasts are sold out. So Circle B still has the autographed and the regular version of the car. So
go get them while they're hot, because like Rob said before, once they're gone, they're gone.
They're gone. So and that was from the Charlotte Roval last year. And as a matter of fact, when we had Cap Houston on, he has his little Cap Houston sticker logo on that car.
Yeah, he's
so
got
that
the dialed in sticker
diecast.
on there.
So the dialed in sticker. So if anything, and
do it for Cap.
Cap Houston, breaking news, go check out Cap Houston's new song, Motorplex Flex, on Spotify.
Man, look at you, Rob.
Very good
you.
song. I'm not a hip hop
We've been
guy,
listening
rap
to
guy.
it so much, I think we burned it
But
out already.
I told Bobby, I saw it on Spotify. It popped up. I listened to it, and I'm like, downloaded it instantly. I'm like, this song is awesome. Dialed in. I like that song. I like this song. I messaged Cap and I said, this is fire, man. And so, I mean, I don't know. It's a catchy tune. It's a great tune. So if you're a fan of good music and you like Cap Houston and racing, Trackhouse Racing or whatever, go check it out on Spotify or whatever platform you listen to your music on. And no, we're not being paid by Cap to say this. This is just coming from me, right from my heart, saying it's a good song, catchy song. I'm telling you, I was listening today on the way back from my doctor's appointment. I had it on. I was like, I never listen to rap music. It just not my thing. But that song and Dialed In are good songs. I guess it's growing on me. I've probably been hanging around with Mr. R.
I think
Kelly.
you've been listening to Bobby too much.
Yeah, Mr. R. Kelly.
Right.
So
right.
Yeah. So
I'm actually trying to pull it up real quick so we can play it, because it'll just I'll play the short version of it, but dude, it is absolutely awesome.
And just so everybody knows, the inside joke about R. Kelly's not a good person, but the joke is Bobby always sings an R. Kelly song into his microphone. So that's what the joke is. I'm just putting that out there that I'm not promoting a person that is not an upstanding citizen. We'll just leave it at that.
Rob, you got your right.
We're Team
my
P.
what?
Diddy.
You got it revoked. All right, here.
Hanging with the bosses, put some commas on my contract. We ain't taking losses, I'ma wreck 'em on the pace lap. A bird is a plane, no, that's cap on that racetrack. The hell out my lane or get bumped like a bass slap. Me no explain at the top of my game. Me no complain, we are not built the same. This my motorplex flex up next, no obstacles. Brake, gas, I'ma do it like a driver do. Brake, gas, hit the brake, gas, brake, gas. I'ma do it like a driver. Hanging with.
So that is what Rob and I've been kind of listening to constantly lately. And
So I told Bobby in the future there that may be like background music for a video that
yeah,
may
I think
or
we're
may
gonna
not
use
happen.
that song when we do the driving experience. So
Driving
I cannot
experience.
with you.
Yeah. Brake,
Jake's
gas.
over there dying, and I'm ready.
I haven't made it back yet.
I haven't either. I'm glad we're having fun. But I want to give a shout out to all of our sponsors that make this podcast possible. Beachridge Barbershop, Spartan Waste, Impel Union, Alliance Drive Away Solutions, First Pacific Funding, Elite Towing and Recovery, Whitetail Smokeless, Lion Farm Concrete Structures, The Runner's Roost, Batman Designs, Action RV, Booze Pops, obviously Jeremy Clements and Jeremy Clements Racing. Without you guys, we can't make this happen. And I don't know what happened to our little jingle for Booze Pop, but
Oh shit.
huh?
Nothing.
No, I'm not doing it. I can't seem to get it to work.
It doesn't matter.
But
Just put Cat back on.
I was just gonna say, yeah, we go out with the brake, gas.
hey, see now that's the
See,
truth.
That's a catchy tune.
It is. It
That's
is.
something all the hip kids can get down with.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was driving today and every time it said brake, gas, I would hit the brake and the gas, and I was going back and forth.
So this is why he almost gets ruined. So, anyways, with that being said, y'all have a good night, and we will talk to you guys next week.
It's a veteran on the dog ice cream truck. Booze Pop, baby, it's Booze Pop, baby. Bringing people together. One Booze Pop at a time. Let's go. We're gonna rock out with our pops out, baby. It's the only pop that keeps you warm. You can rock out till go to boozepop.com.
All right. With that being said, y'all, episode 22 coming to you next week, and we will